Hello and welcome back. My name is Osayi and Isaac, and I'm right here with
Jubilee.
In this video, we're going to be talking about Professor Suddenly 1. It's no longer news that Professor Suddenly Part 3 will be hitting your screen in a few days. Like, how interesting is that?
Oh, it's a lot.
Right, we've been waiting for so long.
Most anticipated.
Most anticipated. So many amazing characters we're looking forward to seeing.
These characters.
It's amazing. I mean, Oyor is in this movie.
So Ogebe is in this movie.
Power packed with a lot of interesting things and so much lessons. You've all seen the trailer. It's mind blowing, and I was privileged to actually be a part of the crew that shot and did the post-production on the movie. So I'm going to be speaking from a neutral perspective as much as possible. But the purpose of this video is for those of you out there, the few of you that have not seen the part 1 and part 2. So we may break this video into 2 parts, but we want to talk about all you need to know before watching Professor Suddenly 3. So he's going to talk about part 1 so we can catch up and be ready for what we are going to see in part 3, because a lot of characters are coming back.
Yeah.
Right? For example,
Miyukukucha is coming back. Everyone's character is coming back. Also, Arome Osayi is a recurring character is coming back.
Yeah.
Osayi is coming back too.
Yes. A lot of people think the storyline is continuous. So what do you think about
continuous.
Okay.
In as much as Professor Anwinli is a franchise, it's all different storylines, but with the same
central theme, right?
With the same central theme.
Hunger for greed,
power, and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
then walking away from the past God has done for us. So it's the same story, it's like the same message, but with different storylines. It's not continuous like that.
Can you just tell us a bit about part 1 for those that have not seen it? So
Okay.
just catch up quickly.
Yeah. So quickly, part 1 was the main character was Michael. The movie started with him being a broadcaster, and he has sort of a beautiful relationship with his wife. Even though they were having these intimacy issues, that was what led to problems, big problems. Because he had this guy, CK. So CK was not much of a good influence. So Michael told CK of his issues with his wife, and then CK gave him bad advice. So one fateful night, Michael is coming back from work. He sees a woman, a very beautiful woman.
Avoid bad influence, please. There's so many lessons.
He sees a woman, and he takes her to a hotel. So he sleeps with this woman in the hotel, and he goes back home like every normal day. Or the woman followed him. This woman happens to be Miyukukucha, and she was not even a woman. She was the queen of familiar spirits.
Yeah.
She was a demon.
Oh wow.
She was a demon. And
the first day he chose to do bad.
The first day he chose to do bad thing.
Went to go and carry demon.
Of all people, is a demon you carry.
God, I beg.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she came in and then she gave him the gift of seeing and knowing. Ministry like don't they do broadcasting work to take bleed. Now once he bleed out, like he just started once. He was seeing stuff, seeing things, and everything was going well.
There's one scene that made the movie, the title and the movie really click for me when they were in that restaurant.
In that restaurant where CK was like,
Yeah.
how do you do all these things? Just like, I don't know. He just comes in suddenly. And then CK was like, Prophet, suddenly, yeah. You should actually go and see this movie, because that scene was what defined everything for us, like Professor Suddenly. So Michael was seeing, whereas there were so many things going wrong, because the woman did not just give him that gift. She gave him at an expense. Immorality. He was sleeping with people. His wife was not even involved in the ministry. He was just the one involved in the ministry.
There's always a prize.
There's always a prize. So things were going well. Michael was excelling in the ministry until when pride, and you know the thing, the devil gives you something, other things follow. Fruit of pride were not coming in and all that stuff. Sure. And then he now went to see Apostle Arome. Yeah, that was Apostle Arome's entry. He went to see Apostle Arome with money, and he was like, sir, please, we want you to.
Oh, he wanted a spiritual father.
He wanted a spiritual father for the ministry.
Like that, yeah.
He was like, we're a big church. You don't know me, you should know me. Apostle Arome was like,
yeah.
I don't know you.
Yeah.
So he now brought money, and then Apostle Arome was like, you can't buy spiritual fatherhood, you cannot buy sonship and stuff like that. He was angry, he left. He went to meet me on Google Sheshe, and I was like, me, I want to be big, help me. Proud of that, because I want more power. And yeah, he was proud. Apostle Arome embarrassed me. And then he was like he wanted more power. And she told him to come at a cost. His wife, still blind to everything. Their son died. That incident led him back to Apostle Arome. He went to meet Apostle Arome. Apostle Arome told him. He was telling him about familiar spirit and stuff like that. And then he told this guy that I can't. He even says the president, Mio Kukusheje was there.
Yeah.
He rebuked her. Power. And then he told him that it's not too late for him to return back to the original path God set for him. He walked out.
I think that was when he met him in the church, right? With the pews and everything.
That pews and everything.
Yeah,
she was there.
I think if you watch that movie and you skip that part, you would think that movie is just too controversial, right? There's a lot Apostle said in that part that was like, if your quest is all about me,
power,
if you are, you can do ministry, can I prophesy?
If it's all about I,
that's
not ministry. That is self.
Yeah.
And that was like a core message of Prophet Suddenly.
Yeah.
It's always a core message of Prophet Suddenly. If it's all about you, then that's not that. Whatever you're doing is not ministry.
Yeah.
So Mio Kukusheje got there and Apostle Arome rebuked her. And Mio Kukusheje got angry and was like, he's going to pay. She went to CK. Michael just did it once and then he came across a demon. CK has been doing it for years.
Nothing happened. There you go.
For years. So it doesn't hard for Mio Kukusheje to even kill CK because as servants are everywhere. She just got there, she killed CK. Apostle Ohis, sorry, I said Apostle Ohis. Michael got to the scene and met CK dead. Now this is where everything becomes very funny. It was not like she now came and was like he has to give her all of like she and him they are together. It was not like he doesn't want to do again. That he wants Jesus. He said no. Look at the funny thing. It was not like can't I do Jesus and do you? That was
wow. You want to mix.
That was it. You want to
light and darkness.
You want to mix light and darkness. When do they? It was not like it was not crying. I won't begin now. Please, I want to meet Jesus and meet you. That's even annoyed her more. That nonsense. She got angry. I was like, after you doing everything for you, you want to use me and go back to Jesus. You want to mix two of us. She slapped madness into him.
Oh, power.
She slapped madness into him and he became a madman. And that was the madman we saw in the beginning of Prophet 21. So this was like a rough breakdown. A lot of stuff actually happened. You guys should go and check it out. And this was Prophet 21 was when all the characters were established.
Yeah.
We saw each of them like that.
Yeah.
So that is
Prophet 21 was basically not an attack on prophetic ministry, as many people claim, but just trying to paint a picture of how you choose to do ministry matters.
Yeah.
If you notice in the beginning, he said, I must do ministry at all costs. At all costs. And the mother was like, it's not necessary. What do you mean by at all costs?
Like the moment that you make ministry an idol, that's a big problem.
Yeah. So
because there's so much more to learn from. Yeah. You guys should go. You see, if you have not seen it, I don't know if you're living under a rock or something.
Yeah.
Go on YouTube. Don't worry, the link will be in
over
this
4
video.
million.
Over 4.4 million views now. That was that was one of the most biggest hits that time. And then think about the one that's coming out.
Just about 2 years. And roughly 2 years ago.
Roughly 2 years ago.
So the part 3.
The part 3 is dropping
in a few days' time.
Thank God.
You've seen the trailer. What do you think?
See, when I saw part 1, part 1 was beautiful. But when part 3 is giving you an upgraded version of Mio Kukusheje.
Yeah. Because part
2, she was not spiritual. She was just like a criminal.
Yeah.
She called herself what did she call herself? I think the godmother of signs and wonders or something like that. Our own was to organize fake signs and wonders, organize fake people with fake miracles. Yeah. So she was not all that powerful like that. Part 2 was more on the Ghanaian side, like it had that Ghanaian vibe to it. Right. It was more on people who wanted to help God by doing the helpers of God. But you see this part 3, did you see that trailer?
Yeah.
Hey God.
It's very rare to gather this
set of
voices.
People. And this one is majoring on the music minister.
Music minister. You know how the music ministry has been shaking tables.
Were you put on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook the beginning of this year?
You see a lot of.
You could have seen God is saying something. And also, when the Fire a movie comes out like a year before, or probably 2 years before, it has already been written down. They've already written the script. So don't think that they hopped on a trend because of before this music started.
True, there is
scripts. They have already written a script. Yeah. So it shows that God is saying something. Anytime you see Prophet Suddenly, don't know that it's a message for the body of Christ.
For that time.
at that season and that time.
There you have it. That is the breakdown for Prophet Suddenly Part 1. So I hope we've been able to at least get you familiar with the characters and what you expect to see in Part 2. So if you've not seen Part 1 before, you can go ahead and watch Part 2 because it's not a continuation, right? Yeah. So thank you very much for watching the video. I hope to see you again in the next one. Please subscribe to this channel and click the notification icon to stay notified.